So you're thinking about moving to Roswell and your budget is in the 600,000s, but you have absolutely no idea what your money will buy. And that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video. We're going to take you around to a couple of different properties in the 600s, give you some insights into the lifestyle, and maybe what your money will buy. And let's get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living in Roswell or Atlanta, well then subscribe below, ring the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know when we release new content and stay up to date on the market here in Roswell. My name's Denny. Team and I, it's almost like I forgot my name. I did not. My name's Denny. The team and I, we get calls each and every day from people just like you looking to make the move to Atlanta. We absolutely love it. So whether you're moving next week, next year, or anytime in between, call, text, email, schedule a Zoom. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Atlanta. I'm here in downtown Roswell, as you can see. This is a busy road. This is called Canton Street. And then Roswell is very historic. It's very old. And as you can see, all of these shops and restaurants and boutiques, there's commercial, residential, there's houses around here, but all of this stuff has been revitalized, regentrified, whatever you want to call it. I mean, this is a high-end steakhouse called Little Alley. It's like my favorite. You can get sushi, Mexican, Italian, barbecue. My favorite coffee shop is right down there on the left. This is Salt. Everything you can imagine, every type of cuisine, and then even right here behind in the alleyway, all that has been converted. Cherry Street Brewing is over here, and then right back here you have Variant Brewery. So you got a couple of different breweries in the area. This is just one of like the most happening spots in North Atlanta suburbs. Roswell does this thing called a live after 5 or live after 5, where they close down all of this during the spring and summer. They're probably done for the year because it's October. After 5 o'clock, like the third Thursday of the month, they shut down all of this, and you have tents and music and boutiques and beer and food and families, young, old, kids, married, single, divorced, everything in between, anything you can imagine. They just fill the streets. So tons of activities, tons of nightlife and lifestyle. And so if that's what you're looking for, this is downtown Roswell. But like I mentioned, we're going to show you properties all in the 6s, some close to this and some further away. So let's go check it out. So in this stop, we're in the 600s, and this actual property is literally 2 or 3 houses down from my best friend. So I'm going to stop by and see him. He's right here in Roswell, but this neighborhood is called Wexford. It's one of the most sought after swim tennis communities in the Roswell area. 8 minutes to Crabapple, Milton downtown, 15 minutes to Alpharetta, 10 minutes to downtown Roswell. The schools are great, youth sports are great. This neighborhood has a private swim tennis clubhouse. It has a private lake or pond where you can go fishing, or you can just kind of go and hang out. So there's a lot to be desired. The property's right here behind me. It's even listed by one of my fellow agents over at eXp Realty. And while the home's in amazing shape, you got hardwood floors, tile, renovated kitchen, master bathroom. Some of the other bathrooms are original, and some of the choices from a design perspective I don't love, but you've got a serene kind of a backyard with a waterfall, koi pond, so a little oasis thing going on back there. You've got a fully finished basement with a rec room and dry storage, some finished space, some unfinished space. 4 bedrooms up. The master is up with 2 bathrooms up there, and then you've got a bedroom on the main floor as well. So really great property in this price point, very much typical of what the 600s would look like. But this property was actually been on the market for 85 days, and so it's recently been reduced by $10,000 to $635,000. But 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. I want to say 3,700 square feet, or just shy of that, and a really nice home for a great family. You've got, see this across the street. You see that? Like, that's what I'm talking about. A coat of paint on the exterior. It's got the metal roof, and it's even got the brass gutters. It's a nice little touch from a design perspective. A nice big front door that they've replaced it. So you can take a house that looks like this or that looks like this and make it look like this and add an absolute ton of value. And this neighborhood would support some of those designs. So now that we're on to the next one, before we go, I'm gonna stop over here and see my buddy Scott. One of the great things about this particular neighborhood is the this private or this community lake. And so I'll just give you a little quick shot of that, because hey, if you can't live out in the woods and have your own pond or your own lake, like maybe some of the properties you've seen in the million plus videos that I do, the next best thing is one inside your community. Because hey, let's face it, one of the benefits of a community is tennis court, swim, basketball, and even some of them, not many, but some of them have this. All right, let's go check out some more houses. All right, so the house we're going to look at right now looks like there's some activity. It's only been on the market for 7 days, and so there's consistent showings. It's in a great area. It's in a fabulous neighborhood, swim, tennis, private lake. Backs up to a horse farm that's on a half-acre lot, and so all of those things are working for it. But it's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom. It's listed at $635,000. It's 2,932 square feet. And this is one of the better values in the neighborhood and one of the better ones that I've seen today. So here's the curb appeal. I don't know if you see that. We'll throw up some pictures so you get a better one, because it's kind of shaded right now. You can see there's like lots of nice mature trees. It was built in 1987, but it's been renovated and updated inside tastefully, and so there's a lot to be desired. It's about $200 at that price, $217 a foot, and so that's typical for this neighborhood. For the turnkey homes that are in good condition, you can find some that are down in the hundreds per foot, but those typically have some issues that need to be addressed. But this neighborhood, very vibrant, tons of activities, lots of families, great school system, great location. So the area makes sense, the community makes sense, the property makes sense. So all of that leads me to believe that it's probably not going to be on the market for much longer, because when it's priced right and it's a great home in this market, it still sells. It's the ones that aren't priced right, aren't exactly buttoned up, there has a couple of issues, those are the ones that typically sit, and that you end up seeing the seller needing to do some negotiations or make some concessions. But it is a ranch, which is not very common. There's only a handful of these in the neighborhood, all brick on all sides. I love ranches. I grew up in a home that looked a lot like that, and so it looks like something where I would be cozy and comfortable for me. But there's all shapes and sizes in this neighborhood, just not a lot of one-story ranches. And so again, right at 2,800 square feet, plenty of space, open concept, high ceilings, nice bathrooms and kitchens, beautiful flooring, all that stuff. And that's pretty typical of a nice home in Roswell that is pretty turnkey. You can move in, just bring your stuff. All right, on this stop, I thought we'd show you something a little bit different in the 600s here in Roswell, and that's a townhome. Now, obviously, you know, when you have a townhome, the downside is you're connected to your neighbors, and so you have a smaller lot, smaller property, but there's some benefits too. So this is the property right here behind me. One of the benefits is in a gated community, nice neighborhood amenities. More importantly, it was built in 2019. The design, perfect. There's pops of color, there's feature walls, there's shiplap, there's floating shelves, there's granite countertops, tile backsplashes, the kitchen, the bathrooms, all that stuff is beautiful. And I don't know if you can see it, but they actually have kind of small backyards that are fenced in. There's a little pond in the neighborhood, as well as, you know, a functional grass backyard. This particular property has a finished basement, and so all of those things that really aren't attainable in a single family home in Roswell, this close to downtown. We're probably a mile from Canton Street in downtown Roswell. It's maybe 5 minutes over to 400, so you can get onto the highway, the interstate really quickly. The schools are great, the community's great, the area's great. And if your style, and this is what it really always boils down to, is like, what's your thing? If your style is more, you want newer construction, luxurious finishes, you're okay with living close to your neighbors. If you're moving from New York City, I mean, this is gonna feel like you've got a ton of space, you know, but if you're moving from a rural country where you're on a couple of acres, where you're gonna feel like you're literally sleeping with your neighbor. So, you know, it really just boils down to what you want your lifestyle to look like, but you get a lot more of the high-end finishes and the luxury feel in this price point in a townhome with this proximity to downtown and the location. So that's what a townhome in Roswell looks like in the 600s. Well, that wraps up our tour of the 600s. Hopefully you have a better idea of what your money will buy and the lifestyle here in Roswell. As always, I would love your feedback. Let us know in the comments below what property was your favorite on the tour. And as always, whether you're moving next week, next year, or anywhere in between, call, text, email, schedule a Zoom. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Roswell or any of the other Atlanta suburbs. And until we see you in person, we'll see you on the next episode.